Shalom. I wanted to talk about the idea of rabbinical mitzvot and constant mitzvot. Now, generally in Judaism, we say all the mitzvot come from the Torah. And when there's a mitzvah involved, there's usually a bracha involved. And when it's a mitzvah, we say, Asher kitshanu b'mitzvot tivanu, who sanctified us by your commandments and commanded us to. But where does it command us to wash our hands before we eat and say a bracha that you commanded us to do it? Where does it say that we have to light candles for Shabbat? Hanukkah's not in the Torah, so how can we say a bracha Asher kitshanu when we light the menorah? The Purim scroll of Esther, we say a bracha. For Hallel, where does it say to say Hallel in the Torah? Even so, we say Asher kitshanu. So obviously there are certain mitzvot that Judaism says are rabbinically derived, and we still say Asher kitshanu. The most important of these are to recite a blessing before each enjoyment. Now we don't say Asher kitshanu there, we just say Baruch atah Hashem Elokeinu melech haolam, thank you God, and then the specific thing like eating an apple, Borei pri ha'etz. Ritually washing our hands before we eat, there we say Asher kitshanu b'mitzvot tivanu, who commanded us to light candles in advance of Shabbat, constructing an Eruv so we can carry on Shabbat, Hallel, Hanukkah, reading the scroll of Esther. These are all rabbinical commandments. Now, what is the authority for that? Well, Deuteronomy 17:11 and 32:7, and the Gemara in Tractate Shabbat 23a says you got to follow the instructions of religious authorities. In addition, many of the biblical mitzvot are derived from the oral law, like the reading of the Shema the way we do it, the putting on tefillin the way we do it, how we fix a mezuzah, saying the Birkat Hamazon. And there's also a category of mitzvot called constant mitzvot. According to Sefer Chinuch, there are 6 things that you always have to be doing, as opposed to the rest of the mitzvot which you do when they come, happens to be a time to do them. The 6 are to believe in God and that God created all things, to not believe in anything else other than God, to believe in God's oneness, to fear God or be in awe of God, to love God. So the first 5 of those 6 all deal with God, and essentially the introductory principles of faith and Maimonides. And number 6 is not to pursue the passions of your heart and stray after your eyes, as it says in the 3rd paragraph of the Shema. So those are a little bit general introduction to the idea of rabbinical mitzvot and 6 constant mitzvot. The rabbinical mitzvot are called D'Rabbanan. The Torah-itic mitzvot are called Midoraita. And I've explained elsewhere a little bit more about them, but just wanted a brief introduction to this concept.